In one of Ukraine's largest drone operations of the war, hundreds of drones were launched towards Moscow and other strategic targets inside Russia. Ukrainian president said the attacks were aimed at military logistics, fuel depots, and infrastructure supporting Russia's war effort. Russia responded with another wave of missiles and drone attacks across Ukraine. Cities like Kiev and Odessa and other regions have once again come under fire. Homes have been damaged. Civilian infrastructure has been hit. Families have spent another night sheltering underground as air raid sirens echo across the country. For millions of Ukrainians, this has become an exhausting routine. Children who should be enjoying their school holidays instead know the sound of incoming drones. Parents no longer ask whether the sirens will sound, they ask when. The war is becoming longer, harder, and more unpredictable. Military analysts say both sides are trying to weaken each other's ability to keep fighting by targeting fuel supplies, logistic networks, and transport infrastructure. But even when military sites are intended targets, civilians are often caught in the middle. Every strike leaves another family without a home, another business destroyed, another child traumatized. At the same time, hopes for peace are appearing to fade. The Kremlin says there is no immediate prospect of new peace negotiations, despite international efforts to restart talks. Ukraine continues to insist that any settlement must protect its sovereignty, while Russia shows little sign of changing its military objectives. The result is a conflict with no clear end in sight. And the humanitarian cost is even greater, with millions of Ukrainians remaining displaced. Entire communities have been destroyed. Families remain separated by front lines, occupied territory, and closed borders. And despite billions of dollars in international military and financial support, Ukraine continues to face relentless attacks almost every day. The greatest tragedy is that what once shocked the world is now becoming routine. The danger is not only that the war continues, it is that the world slowly becomes accustomed to it. Because for families still living through it, there is nothing ordinary about waking every morning wondering whether today will be the day their lives change forever.
The conflict is no longer being fought only on the battlefield. It is also a battle of endurance. Russia continues to increase the scale of its missile and drone attacks, placing enormous pressure on Ukraine's air defences and energy infrastructure. Ukraine, meanwhile, is expanding its own long-range drone campaign, demonstrating an ability to strike hundreds of kilometres inside Russian territory. Neither side appears capable of delivering a decisive military victory. Instead, both are trying to weaken the other's economy, morale, and capacity to continue fighting. For ordinary people, that means the uncertainty continues. Families remain unable to plan for the future. Businesses struggle to survive. Children continue growing up surrounded by conflict. Millions of people still depend on humanitarian assistance, while many communities face repeated rebuilding after every new wave of attacks. There is also growing concern among Ukraine's international partners as the war enters another year. Maintaining financial, military, and political support is becoming increasingly challenging. Yet many analysts argue that reducing support now could further embolden Russia and prolong the conflict. For Ukrainians, however, these geopolitical debates feel distant. Their priorities remain painfully simple: keeping their families safe, finding electricity after another strike, repairing another broken home, and hoping tomorrow will be quieter than today.
There is no sign that this war is coming to an end soon. Diplomacy remains stalled, military attacks are intensifying, and both sides appear determined to continue fighting. For Ukraine's people, that means another season of uncertainty, fear and loss. Every day the war continues brings new destruction and fresh grief. Every delay in finding a political solution carries a human cost that cannot be measured only in military reports or maps. Behind every drone strike, every missile attack and every battlefield update are families simply trying to survive another day in a war that has already taken far too much. This is Breaking Silence. 3 stories, one common fault line, different fronts, different battles, but the same pattern underneath. Power shaping perception and ordinary voices struggling to be heard. These are the stories that powerful would rather keep in the shadows. Stay safe, stay compassionate, and until next time, keep watching, keep caring. And if you missed any part of today's show, be sure to go to our YouTube channel, Asia 1 News. I'm Craig Vermay, and you've been watching Breaking Silence.